Welcome to module 2, which is all about audience intelligence. Now, why do you need audience intelligence? The better you understand your audience, the better it will be to run your marketing campaigns and get the right kinds of leads which get converted into right kind of customers. Now, let's just understand this whole phenomena, how the circle moves. Well, the circle starts with understanding your customers first, having knowledge about what your customers want, why they want it, what are their pain areas, desires, growth, goals, understanding of the knowledge that they have. All of this comes into customer persona. That is going to be the part 1 of this module. The second thing is to understand how this audience persona can lead you to drive a content system that can lead you to drive good leads that get converted to the relevant quality customers. If you want quality customers, you need to have quality leads. If you want quality leads, you need to hit the right kind of people with the right kind of content. That's how marketing helps you generate or drive your business. And we are at the starting point of this drive, of this journey, from where a person, a potential client or a lead, for example, can start the journey with you. So this persona has to be very, very clear. Let's go on to part 1 of module 2, where we will be talking about building your customer personas. Now, what do we mean by customer persona? Customer persona is just a kind of customer profile that we are looking forward to, so that anytime we design a new marketing campaign, we design a new initiative in our marketing exercise, or we design a new product or service, every time you start understanding your clients first, right? Now, is it easy to understand your clients? Yes. But then why doesn't your marketing gives result? That is the gap that we are trying to fill here. So let's first of all, let's do this easy step, which is going to be very easy. It's going to be very comfortable for you. The only thing that you need to do is start filling the templates as I say. So let's get started. The first thing that we are going to do here is to understand that what are the demographics of our customers. Okay, you in the workbook you will find a table that is going to help you define your customer personas. The very first thing on the top you will find written as define the demographics. Okay, now what are the demographics that you have in association with your customer? The name, the age, the gender, right? Their location, where do they stay, what do they do, their lifestyle, their jobs, their earning capabilities, everything that you can know in terms of understanding your customer in a physical environment, right? Now, apart from this, there is also something called as physiographics of your customer. Now, what does this physiographics mean? Well, honestly, this is all turning down to different aspects of what could be the goals of your potential customer, right? What could be their success definition? Okay, how did they feel successful? How do they feel good, right? What could be a happiness index for the person? Okay, what is their quotient of joy? What is their quotient of happiness that they have? What is their quotient of emotional stability that they carry? Okay, what are their pain points? What are their fears? Okay, what are their desires? All of this comes down to physiographics of having your client persona. Understanding your client not only from the outside environment, but understanding your client from the inside of how they actually think of perceiving your services and why do they actually need your services. So if you want to try and understand why your client need your services, you actually need to dive deep into physiographics of your client. That is to know your client much more better than even he knows himself. This is your task. Now you have to go inside your customer's mind and try to understand what could be the goals, what could be the success criteria that this person might have with respect to a particular service that you are ready to offer. Okay, now once you do this, you have to start building your customer persona. Now if you go to the workbook, you will see a page which is beautifully done for you. Okay, right? In the center of the page, you will find a space to stick an avatar. Now, what is an avatar? It's how your customer looks. Okay, does your customer looks grumpy? Does he looks fat? Does he looks thin? Does he looks professional or a cool kind of a guy or a girl? How does your customer looks, right? Just have a photo or a sticker and paste it here. Now, this is your task which you have to do, because as I said, you will be creating marketing canvas by the end of this program. When you create a marketing canvas, everything that you are doing should be a part of that marketing canvas, so that you can deliver it to your teams, right? So that you can give it away to your teams, tell them that this is the marketing stack that we stand for, and we have to stick to this at least for the next 1 year. At least for the next 1 year, we are not changing this until and unless we make a huge change, right? This marketing canvas is going to be foolproof for you at least for 12 months from now, if you are planning it right. That's why when I tell you stick a picture, go and stick a picture, right? Now, when you stick the picture, apart from that, there are different parameters that you have to study for your customer. And this is how this looks on the workbook, right? Now let's just grab your workbooks, okay, and start filling those personas one by one. The first thing in place is the background, okay, the demographic part that I had already told you, from where they come, what is the age, what do they earn, what are their aspirations and all of that, right? The next thing is to identify the goals and aspirations, okay? What are the different kinds of goals that they have in their own life, okay, pertaining to the services that you can offer. For example, if you are a gym owner, okay, or if you are a fitness trainer, what will be the goal of your customer? Might be to lose weight, might be to build muscle mass, right? Might be to get fitter, right, for a marathon or for any kind of sports event that they have. There are people with kind of activities that they do in terms of passion, right? Okay, so you need to understand what is the goal and aspiration of your customer. Now, can there be more than one customer personas? Yes, there can be more than one customer personas. Right now, I want you only to work on a customer persona that will help you sell the maximum ranged product or the service. That is your premium service. Okay, the maximum selling price that you have within your organization. For that, you have to create a customer persona with me. Rest of it, you can do it yourself. So you can get this page photocopied n number of times that you want, use it n number of times. There's no problem. Okay, create different personas or different customer personas for different kinds of services that you have. If you have 3-tier services, level 1, level 2, level 3, the customer persona for level 1, level 2, level 3 is going to be different. It's not going to be same. You cannot sell a 2 rupee pen to a person who loves to buy a pen worth 2 lakh. Same way, you cannot sell a 2 lakh rupee pen to a person who is capable of buying a 100 rupee pen. Right? So we need to understand everyone has their own aspirations, everyone has their own capabilities that they are capable to work with, right? And everyone wants a different results, right? So based on the results, based on the capabilities that they have, customer personas are going to be different, right? Now, once you know their goals and aspirations, the next thing is to know their pains and challenges. Okay, so first we kind of summarized the background, right? Then we kind of talked about goals, okay? And now we are talking about the pain points, right? The more in depth that you go with these two elements, the goals and the pain points, the better will be your content strategies. The better campaign you will be able to run. Reason is very simple. When you know your customer in and out, when you know the pain points that your customer is going through and the solutions that you can offer to curb that pain, okay, to meet that desire, to meet that aspiration, if there is a solution that you can offer, that solution is that pathway from pain to joy, right? From having a dream to achieving a dream in reality. Your solution is the pathway. So let's understand this. Why are we talking about this in depth? Why pain points are important in depth? Because till the time you don't know the pain point right, you cannot give the right solution. For example, I go to a doctor and say my leg is paining, right? But I'm not telling the doctor where my leg is paining. Is it the ankle? Is it the thigh area? Is it the knee? Okay. Where my leg is paining, I'm not telling the doctor. Will the doctor be able to give the right kind of solution? The answer is no. The answer is no. The doctor will be giving a generic solution. Dip your legs in salt water, hot salt water bath, right? Okay. How much is that going to help? I don't know. Maybe I got a ligament tear in my ankle, right? So till the time you don't know the exact pain point, you cannot give the exact solution. So going in depth with respect to the pain point of your customers, and that too in depth, is important to give them the right kind of solution for which they can pay. And remember, we are talking about premium positioning. Exclusivity comes by nature. Okay, now let's go to the next thing, which is the fears and the concerns that they may have. So the fourth point is about fear. Again, a very sensitive area. Okay, a very sensitive area. Fear, किसी भी इंसान का जो डर होता है ना, उसको लेके आप उसका एडवांटेज भी ले सकते हो, और उस डर के साथ आप उसको अच्छा भी फील करा सकते हो अगर आप उसको रिजल्ट दे सकते हो तो, अगर आप उस डर को एक अच्छी मेमोरी में ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकते हो तो, अगर आप उस डर को एक एक्साइटिंग एडवेंचर में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो तो. So if you have the capability to transform that fear into an exciting adventure or an exciting experience for your client, then you are hitting the right campaign in marketing. Any kind of fear that your people have. For example, same example of having a fitness trainer. If someone is coming with a goal of losing weight, and the fear is, if I work in gym, I go 3 months, I lose some weight, then I stop going, again I gain weight. That's the fear. That's the kind of previous experiences that they have had earlier. Right? So if you are selling a marketing campaign that says shed weight that never comes back, shed weight that never comes back, this kind of a marketing campaign works more than selling lose 5 kgs in 2 weeks. Because losing 5 kgs in 2 weeks is possible. But then gaining back that 5 kgs is also possible, which is a fear for many. So what is your marketing campaign talking about? Is it talking about only the pain area, only the growth, only the desires, or is it combining everything that you actually need to transform your client's life? That makes the best marketing campaign, when you can actually transform the whole thing rather than pinpointing a particular solution, a small solution or a short-term solution for a short-term problem. Go with a long-term solution that is sustainable for your clients in order to get the premium client in. Okay, that's how it needs to be planned. Now, the next information that you must have is about the info sources that they are referring to. Now, what do we mean by info sources? Well, these days, there are many things that are becoming popular. Okay. Earlier, there used to be only website pe blogs, finished. Today, we have moved out of website. We are talking about podcast. We are talking about video content. Yeah. Thanks to technology, we are also talking about AR and VR content that is available in shops, in showrooms, in galleries, where people keep these kind of content to engage customers and help them make the buying decision. So you need to understand, where do you come from? Where do you come from? Where do you start from? Are you building a customer persona only based on these three things, fear, pain points, and the basic background that they come from, or you want to dive deep more in? If you want to dive deep in, you must know the info sources that they refer to. From where do they get their information right? Are they referring to podcast? Okay, are they referring to live shows or expert shows or some of the experts that are there in the market? Are they referring to some of the reports that are being done by some of the MNCs? Right? So you need to understand what is their reference point of information, because then you will be able to create campaigns that give them same information. Okay, so mentioning of info sources, very important. Then the last and the most important thing is the buying behavior. Okay, the buying behavior. Why buying behavior is important? How do I buy? Do I buy instantly? Does it take time for me to trust? Okay, so that I understand whether I'll be getting the result or not. If that time is being taken, what is that time? Okay, what is the time that my customer takes to transform or transition from a lead to a converted customer? This time frame should be known by you. And this can be only known when you know the buying behavior of your people. How many of them buy on credit cards? How many of them buy on EMIs? How many of them buy on direct cash transfer for NEFT? Okay. How many of them are reluctant? They just go check out. No, 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 leave it. How many of them are like that? All of this tracking is possible with the help of technology, right? So this is something that will come with data handling when we talk about, which we talk about in the last module of the program. But right now, you must understand what is the buying behavior of your customer. What does most of the customers do, right? For example, if I talk about the fitness trainer, the the retention rate of the client might be higher, but when it comes to a lead becoming a client, okay, the behavior in which they spend money, either they spend the money because of the aspiration which is very quick, very fast, कि बहुत जल्दी रिजल्ट्स मिल जाए मुझे, तो वो लोग एस्पिरेशनल लोग हैं जो ड्रीम्स के साथ जी रहे हैं, बट उनकी रियलिटीज हिली हुई है, बट देन दे कैन स्पेंड वेरी फास्ट. They are tricky spenders. Okay, now there are some people personas where you will find that they are decision makers and they are slow decision makers. That means they will first come, they will talk to you. Then second time they'll come, they'll visit the facility. Third time they'll come, they'll talk about the program and they'll say, oh yeah, I want to start. When can we start, right? They will take at least 3 to 5 meetings to actually close their sales and get converted as your customer. So every time you build a customer persona, the buying behavior of your customer is a thing that you must know. Okay, with this we end this session here by knowing your customer personas. Again, the way that you need to take forward this exercise is design different kinds of customer personas for the different kinds of offerings that you already have, because every offering that you have, and if it is divided into layers going from low price to high price, you will see that the customer personas for each of these offerings that you have is different. And it's good to know then what kind of services should I pitch to which kind of clients. So this customer persona exercise will not only help your marketing team, but will also help your sales team to identify which kind of services could be pitched to which kind of clients, so that your deals close faster. That's how customer persona is going to help you out. Build as many as possible, share it on the community panel. How many customer personas do you have, and what is a surprising fact that you came to know about your customers that you never thought about earlier? Because when you build this kind of personas, definitely there'll be some things that will be coming in your mind. Some things will be running in your mind. Oh, my customer looks like that. Oh, my customer spends like that. Oh, my customer. There will be points that you never thought about earlier. कि हाँ यार, मेरा कस्टमर ऐसे भी तो सोच सकता है, ऐसे भी तो बिहेव करता है मेरा कस्टमर, राइट? मेरा कस्टमर ऐसे बाय कर लेता है, राइट? एंड क्या नाउ द नेक्स्ट थिंग वुड बी, डज योर बिजनेस हैव दैट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ मोस्ट ऑफ योर कस्टमर्स आर ऑनलाइन बायर्स, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जाम्पल. Okay, if online buying is their behavior trait, right? Do you have an online panel where the facility of buying online is possible? If not, there is a gap in your business. So the customer personas not only help you in marketing, it also helps you in sales. Build them right away. I'll see you in the next session.